In 2015, we left the rat race and went to the farm. We bought a 100-year-old farmhouse and 9 acres. After 3 years of extensive renovations, we can finally call ourselves College Hill Farm.
Welcome back to College Hill Farm. Today it's garlic planting weather. Well, today is October the 25th. It's 45 degrees. It's a little cool. If the wind would lay, it wouldn't be so bad, but it's 45 degrees and it's time to plant garlic. Now, this year I messed up with my garlic. I committed garlicicide. I've always planted hardneck garlic. Well, today I'm going to plant softneck garlic. It's a little different. My mom always grew softneck garlic, but Crystal and I have always grown hardneck garlic because of the flavor. But this year we're going to do both. We're going to do softneck and hardneck garlic. So this episode is about planting softneck garlic. Now, this garlic that we have is locally grown. Since I committed garlicicide, I messed up and plowed our garlic up. Just plowed it right up. I don't know why. Just dumb stuff. So we didn't have any garlic this year. We've been buying garlic. So I found a local source where I could buy a local softneck garlic. It's a company in Versailles, or it's a farm in Versailles, Kentucky, which is only, I don't know, 35, 40 minutes from here. So you start off, you take the garlic, and you want to break the cloves apart. Well, I'm going to pull the paper back a little bit so it'll be easier and I don't break the cloves. Now, what I've got here is 2 pounds of garlic. 2 pounds of garlic's going to plant a lot of garlic. So there's 1 clove. And you want to leave the paper on them for the most part. Here's the other cloves. And that's 2 together. And you break all these cloves apart. That up. Now, softneck garlic is a little bit different from hardneck garlic. Softneck garlic tends to make a little bigger head, more cloves, and it stores better. Hardneck garlic doesn't store as well, but it's way more flavorful. So you want to do both if you can. I've always grown hardneck garlic because of the flavor, but these softneck garlics, they've got a pretty good aroma, so maybe they'll do good too. All right, now that 1 head of garlic gave me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That gave me 12 garlic plants for next July. Now, I want to plant them here in August. Put these in the bucket. I want to plant them in August. I want to plant them now, and the reason I plant them so late in October is I want a couple of freezes to come by, because I don't want these to shoot garlic shoots up, shoot leaves up out of the ground in the fall. I want these to totally concentrate on putting out roots. I won't fertilize them. I won't do anything. I want them to put out roots. Then in the spring, I'll come back with a good 10-10-10 fertilizer and a little bit of lime. And about July then, I'll keep the weeds out and then we'll harvest. So this is softneck garlic. Now, hardneck garlic is just a little bit different. And I'm going to show you what hardneck garlic, I could grow hardneck garlic from the bulbule, from these. But I found that growing hardneck garlic, every year the heads start getting smaller, smaller, and smaller. Now, some people say that is a fertilizer problem. Well, I haven't found that to be true. So every few years, which is probably good just as well that we did it this way, every few years you need to grow from bulbules. And bulbules are basically garlic seeds. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me move that back. Here are bulbules. They're basically garlic seeds. They're like little cloves of garlic. If you look, they're like little tiny cloves of garlic. And you'll plant those just like you would the big cloves. My camera keeps messing up. Just like you would the big cloves, you plant them. And that's probably 100, 150 bulbules right there. All right. This is what 2 pounds of garlic, and I think there were 26 or 28 heads of soft neck garlic. This is what 2 pounds looks like. Now Crystal and I, we go through about 20 pounds of garlic a year, 10 to 20. So 2 pounds will probably give us all we want. 2 pounds of well, there's a piece. 2 pounds will probably give us all we want for the year. And soft neck garlic keeps really good. And I'll show you how to do this in just a few minutes. I'm going to take these out in the field and show you what we do. Here we are in the garden. Every year I plant onions and I plant garlic, and I plant them by the same method. My hardneck garlic, of course, I plowed it up by accident, but it was getting to where the heads were so small. So this year I'm planting softneck garlic. This is what my mom always planted, but I wish it would warm up a little bit, but this is exactly the kind of weather to plant garlic in. I've got my garlic here, 2 pounds. How do I start with these? Well, I fill my pocket up with garlic. Oops, dropped one. Now what I've done is I've plowed up enough for 3 100-foot rows. Now I may not need 3 100-foot rows. Each head of garlic is going to give me about 6 or 7 feet a row. And there were 26 heads, so I may need 200 feet. So we'll just have to see as that goes. And I may have to go up and put the tiller on and make more room for my hardneck garlic. But we'll wait and see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I plant it. I plant it just exactly like I plant onions. My little back can't take a lot of bending. So I've got a PVC pipe here. I use PVC pipe on the farm all the time. This PVC pipe is cut at an angle, so you can see. And that facilitates making a dimple in the ground and without this getting full of dirt. So I'm going to show you how we do that. You always want to plant these. You always want to plant these root side down, pointy side up. So in other words, when I drop these in this, I'm going to drop them like that. Well, this pipe is such that there's not enough room for this to spin around. So I'll show you how it goes. You just push it to the side a little bit till it digs into the dirt. Well, there's a spider web in there. Drop your thing and cover it. Come over 6 inches and do the same thing. Cover it. Now I'll do that all the way down this row. And when I get done, I'll come back to you. 2 100-foot rows of garlic planted. I used 2 pounds of garlic, but the problem is that I didn't hardly make it completely 100-foot row each. Now, each row, one was maybe 10 feet short and the other one was like 20 feet short, so 170 feet of garlic out of 2 pounds. So next year I'll know I need 3 pounds to do 2 100-foot rows. Now, one thing that you ought to notice, when you hear me talk about my garden, I'm always talking about 100-foot rows. Well, when I designed my gardens, or when I decided to lay them out, I wanted a standard row length. Why? Well, where my gardens are, this row could be 150 feet. The other garden, the rows could be 200 feet if I wanted them, maybe 3, because it's a big plot of ground. So rather than do that, I allotted everything to be 100-foot rows. That way, this year, if I know that I get 2 bushels off of a 100-foot row, then next year I know I should get 2 bushels off of a 100-foot row. Do you see where I'm going? That way, you kind of have some idea of what you need to plant and how much of a row you need to plant, so that you have what you need in your pantry at the end of the year. So, it's 45 degrees. I've been out here an hour and a half. I'm a little cold. I've got a sore throat. I hope Crystal's got some beef cabbage soup. We've got 170 feet of garlic in the ground. Now, the bulbules I won't plant till the spring. They're hardneck garlic, and I'll plant those in the spring, and I'll explain all about them when I plant them. So, okay, on to the next thing. Maybe I should take some kale in for dinner. It's looking good after the frost. I'd like to thank you for visiting with us at College Hill Farm today. I hope you found our videos entertaining and or informative. If you did, please like, share, subscribe, and comment on both Facebook and YouTube. Until then, I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.